Welcome and Namaste to all the visitors of the Around the World Desi Pardesi channel. Dear friends, in today's video, we will see famous Buddhist cave temple at Bhaza near Pune in the state of Maharashtra from India. These caves are cut in 22 rocks in 2nd century. So you can imagine how old they are. I travelled from Pune on the old Pune-Mumbai highway, which is the nearest way for me to reach there. The road is pretty good. You can also travel by train. There are convenient locals from Pune and Lonavala. You can get off at Madauli station, and from Madauli station it is just 15 minutes walk. On my way, I could see Magic Mountain Amusement Park, which is also a nice place, but you need one full day to spend there to enjoy the rides. After coming further ahead, I came across a gate for Ekvira Temple and Karla Caves. The road just opposite to this gate goes to Bhaza village. From here, Bhaze Caves are 7 kilometers away. Now I am on the Bhaza road. As I passed through the village, I came across a railway gate where I could see Madauli station, which I was talking about. People around here told me on my way towards the cave there is a very good waterfall which is seen during the monsoon time. So finally I have reached to the base of Bhaza Caves. There is good parking area. Caves are 400 feet high and there are 208 steps. If you are not used to climbing, you may find it a bit difficult, but it is manageable with few stopovers. On the way, some local villagers are selling limbu sharbat, buttermilk, guava, tamarind. You can rest and have buttermilk. I tried it. It was very nice. From the top, you get to see beautiful view of Sahyadri mountain hills. You can see Lohagarh. This is Lohagarh, the backside hill. So after resting a bit, I started climbing again, and then I reached to the ticket counter where you have to purchase entry tickets. It is for ₹25 per person. After taking ticket, I went to the gate. At the gate, I could see a protected monument board by Archaeological Survey of India. As I entered in the gate, I got to see many caves. These caves were constructed to provide lodging for traveling traders and Buddhist monks. Satvahan dynasty have given donations for constructing these caves. There were many other donors too. Some of their names are inscribed inside the caves. There are total 19 caves which are called viharas and 3 chaityagrahas which are meditation halls. There are stupas inside. This is the 12th cave, which is the main Chaityagraha. You can see carvings on it. They are broken now. However, when they were there that time, it must be looking like a beautiful palace. This Chaityagraha is about 26 feet and 8 inches wide and 56 feet long. It has semicircular roof. As you enter in, you can see this semicircular roof. Look at their panoramic view. And most interesting part of this roof is that it is made of wood plates. These horseshoe shaped wood plates have been still intact and they were made in 2nd century. So imagine the legacy of advanced architectural techniques available in the 2nd century in India. This is stupa, hemispherical structure. It is considered to be relics of monks which have died in this area. On the pillars, you can see Buddha symbols such as birds, leaves, and fan presented in floral formats. There are two sects in Buddhism, Hinayana and Mahayana. Hinayana Buddhists praise symbol of Buddha, whereas Mahayana sect worships Buddha's idol. Now we are going back side of stupa. In Buddhism, circumambulation, that is parikrama, is very important ritual and devotional practice since the earliest time. Therefore, in all stupas, you will see around their back side and front side, there is a circumambulation path. There is enough space in between pillars and wall. I took a circumambulation around the stupa. After coming out, I entered in the adjacent cave, and I could see here there is a water body where water can be stored, and after climbing few steps, I could see there are many rooms. In the rooms there were stone beds. So most monks must be staying here and sleeping in this area. After you come out of these caves and walk further ahead, you see many stupas. There are 14 stupas, 5 inside and 9 outside. These stupas are relics of resident monks who died at Bhaza. Their names are inscribed on stupas. 3 monks' names are visible, that is Ampanika, Dhammagiri and Sangadina. The stupas have been carved very elaborately, and some of them have relics box on their upper side. You can see these relics boxes. After coming out of this place, there is another important temple where you get to see some carvings. You can see on these walls, there are carvings of man, woman. Inside this door, there is a meditation hall. For some reasons, they must have locked it now. This door may be done recently. On this wall, you will see this carving. This is carving of Surya riding on a horse chariot, and the right side, this is Indra riding on an elephant. You can see their jewelry, garlands, and also the turbans on their head. This gives us an idea of dresses they used to wear that time. You can see this window. So this may be done for keeping ventilation inside the caves. Here is very interesting carving, woman playing a tabla and another woman dancing. This is the carving I am talking about. This gives proof that in 2nd century tabla was used as a percussion instrument in India. There are other Buddhist caves around this area, that is at Karla, Patan, Bedse and Nasik. They were made during 2nd to 5th century. I'll come up their videos in near future. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you liked my video, please do subscribe to my channel. I'll come up with new videos. Stay tuned. See you soon. Yours, Desi Pardesi.